Full court press. Fresh off my New York Knicks winning the 2026 NBA championship. I have been partying, living life, crying, screaming, celebrating, turning up ever since the clock struck 0, Game 5. Ever since Jalen Brunson, Mr. 1A himself, held up that Finals MVP trophy, held up that Larry O'Brien trophy. Listen, for real Knicks fans, we still are probably not even used to this feeling, because if you're a real Knicks fan, then you know the heartache, the pain, the struggle, the doubts, the bad luck, the bad juju that was just surrounding the organization for so long. And for a lot of us, we probably thought we would never see the Knicks win a championship. So this week has been crazy. Tomorrow's the parade. I will definitely be out at the parade. If anyone's going to be at the parade and, you guys are battle rap fans or fans of me or just supporters of the culture and y'all want to link up, make sure y'all hit me up, DM me. I will definitely be out there early too, around 6 in the morning. So anybody wants to enjoy this and, just have a good time, show up at the parade, meet me there. And, if you're a Knicks hater, then sorry, buddy. This is our time. This is our year, our summer to celebrate, and we're going to do it the right way. Now that we have gotten that out the way, I want to say thank you to all the supporters. I want to say thank you to all the people that just keeping it real and honestly came to my defense, from Surf to Mike P to Dunch to Thesaurus. I seen a lot of battle rappers speak out for me yesterday. And I thought it was really dope. Saga, a lot of people. And I was just having fun. I entertained a couple of comments, but I really, really want to shoot this blog to address the fact that there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be doubters. And some people just want to rain on your parade, or they want to question your validity and not show love and not acknowledge what you do. Sometimes they are ignorant and sometimes they are just out of touch with the message that's going on. So I want to give a backstory on what's going on if you don't know what's going on, and then explain my stance on everything and actually explain the message that I wanted to portray, because I seen this coming. And I think that's a good thing, that from now on, as you mature in this culture and as you mature as an individual, you got to be able to see things before they happen so that you understand how to maneuver and it doesn't affect your future movements or how you move from here on out. And I think that's something that I've been excelling at a lot lately, that I haven't really fell for the antics, let's just say. On the day that the Knicks won the championship, Nike did an ad called Always Knicks. It was actually running all week during the finals. Spike Lee, Jadakiss, tons of models and influencers, and all over New York City, this advertisement has been running. It's been photos of high-profile people or people in New York City in general with Knicks merch on, Knicks hats, throwing up the Brunson sign, all that stuff. So I kept quiet about it. I had applied for it. In order to be a part of the ad, you didn't just have to be an influencer. You could have been a real Knicks loyal, faithful fan, which I am. They asked you to write up a story. They wanted to know, like, the people in this ad are going to be real Knicks fans, like, not just like somebody looking for clout. The story I gave them from a childhood immediately caught their attention. On top of it, yes, they knew that I was a battle rapper, iconic, legendary, New York born, Brooklyn born, Puerto Rican heritage, battle rapper, influencer, blue check, all that, yes. But what got me into the ad wasn't that. It was the extra stuff, because I am a New York City Transit MTA employee. I'm a track worker. I see some people saying, oh, is he a bus driver? Is he this? Is that? No, I'm a track worker. I actually work underground in the tunnels. It's a very dirty job. It's a very strenuous, dangerous, but also dope job. And yes, I've been working there for 3 years. I've never hid the fact that I've gotten a job. I've actually mentioned it in previous blogs. It's also been mentioned in a couple of battles recently. If you look at the Fonz battle, and I think even with the Hansel battle, I think he might have mentioned it now. But it's not something that I hide, because I honestly, that's just never been my MO. There's nothing that I gotta hide. There's no skeletons in my closet. And I would honestly think, almost 20 years in battle rap, you guys would know that about me, that I'm not someone that's needs to front or fake anything. Like, everything I've given y'all has always been authentic. So please, right? Now, what got me to ad was because I was a New York City employee for MTA. I work on 34th Street. 34th Street is where Madison Square Garden is. That's one of my main quarters that I'm always reporting to. So in my story, I got to tell them that when I go to work at night, I get to see the fans coming out the Garden. I get to see the reactions of real Knicks fans and how the Knicks have inspired the city, and the effect it has on the city. Because when the Knicks are winning, the city is better. The crime has been down this whole playoff run in New York. You know, you might see the big crowds and you know, certain vandalism and stuff, but those are very, very, very niche situations, and those aren't real Knicks fans. But in my story, when I applied for the ad, that's exactly what I told them, that it's restoring the feeling that I had when I was a kid growing up and the Knicks were actually good in the 90s. And this is a rebranding of it. It's reminding me of it. It's inspiring, and it's bringing the city together. And that's what sold me on getting added into the advertisement for Nike. I don't know where this thing came from that people would say he paid for the ad or whatever, but you cannot get a billboard on 34th and 7th Avenue with a Nike logo, with my MTA logo, and me wearing a Knicks hat with a Knicks logo, and get all that approved just because. Like, that would be like, that makes no sense at all. It was an honor. Listen, I'm a big Knicks fan. And for my picture in the Nike ad to be broadcast on 34th and 7th, mind you, it's not just there. It's all over the subways. It's all over New York City. Advertisements all over New York. All over New York. Subways, train stations, billboards, all that. This Nike ad is a huge, huge campaign, and it's shot by Jonathan Mannion. If y'all don't know who Jonathan Mannion is, he's done iconic hip-hop album covers and actually iconic pictures of just hip-hop artists. From DMX, he shot the Game documentary cover. He shot Reasonable Doubt. Like, this guy is one of them. He's iconic. He has pictures and has worked with everybody. So again, it came full circle. Jadakiss was in the ad. When Jadakiss was at the photo shoot and I showed up, me and Kiss was chopping it up, and people's like, yo, how? He knows Jadakiss? Yeah, he's an artist too. He's not just an MTA. Oh, okay, boom. So all these little situations in my relationships allow me to get these opportunities. But at the end of the day, this was about New York unity. That's what the ad was about. That the working man, the people that may not be able to afford those $4,000, $5,000 tickets to a Knicks playoff game, but have been supported the team for so long, were going to get some type of shine. And also it would be like an inspirational ad that lets the Knicks and the organization know that the city is behind them. They wanted firefighters. There's a firefighter in the ad. They wanted DJs. They wanted kids. They wanted the stay-at-home mom, the working man, such and such. And me being an MTA employee and a part of battle rap culture and hip hop in general, it made sense. And that's why my ad was put there. That's it. Financially, it was a great move. Not just for me, but for my company that I work for too. Nike treated us with the utmost respect. That's it. And did what they had to do business-wise. They cleared the logos. They contacted my job. They did all that extra stuff. But all the legalities were handled, was situated, and I was allowed to do the photo shoot. That's it. Besides that, I also want to say this message to people. Like, as you get older, I'm not just a battle rapper. I am a man. I am a father. I am a role model to some people, whether it's because I'm of Latino descent and I'm Puerto Rican and I come from New York and I rap and I've done a lot of things in my career. But also, I also wanted to showcase that we can always grow, mature, and do better. Like, the things that I used to do 10, 15 years ago shouldn't be the things I'm doing now at the age I am now. That is not a flex. If I'm still on the block rapping about the Pyrex and whipping, yeah, I can rap about it because I've really lived that life. But if I'm bragging about it like I'm still dwelling in it and I'm still thriving in it, I don't personally think that's a flex for me. I look at certain things that have allowed me to move out of that space as a blessing, whether it was battle rap, whether it's having a job, whether it's having a career, whether it's having retirement, great health insurance, a 401k, a Roth IRA, like all this stuff. As you grow older, you realize that the real flex is becoming not only just a family man, but handling the responsibilities as a family man, as a father, and as a grown fucking man. Seeing that billboard up there like that sets the example of someone that came from the trenches, that is just like you and I, right? From the same places that y'all have come from the same blocks, from the same bodega, from the same corner store as you, and got on a billboard in my working gear and showing y'all with pride like, yo, there's nothing wrong with elevating your life. There's nothing wrong with change. There's nothing wrong with improving your situation. Being stuck in the same thing that you was doing 15, 20 years ago is nothing to brag about. I feel like I've matured. And before this ad, I feel like I've shown that I've matured in the last year and a half. If you watch my battles, if you watched even how I dress, if you watch even how I've just carried myself, I'm not wearing the big jewelry no more. I got a nice little watch on, and I've been dressing a lot more cleaner, neater. I've been taking care of myself health-wise, as you guys know, my fitness journey. And I've just honestly just put myself in a space where I feel like I can thrive a lot better. And I wanted to set that example to the people as well. When you look at Cortez, you can sit there and say, your core changed. Core has elevated. Core has looking at things differently. And I think it's also allowed my battles to be a lot better. I don't have to just battle for a check. I don't have to just take a battle because the bills are due. I'm able to say no. I'm able to plan and execute on a different level. With someone like me, I prefer that. Some dudes, they want to hustle and grind it out. That's cool. Some people don't have an opportunity to get a job. And I don't knock that either because, to be honest with you, I don't have the greatest education. I don't have a lot of opportunities. Me landing this job was a blessing. And it was something that my mom asked me to do. She asked me to take a test almost 10 years ago. and said, look, just in case, can you please do this? I know you're doing your rap thing, but can you please do this? It was a promise to my mom I made. I took the test, I passed it. They finally called me back 8 years later. I took the job. Once I took the job, I realized how much I love the job. I actually love my job. My job is super dope. It's not a strenuous, oh, I hate my job. Nah, I like my job. I actually like my job. I'm not a bus driver. I'm not dealing with the public. No, I deal with my workers, and you know, it's a strenuous job. It's hard working, but it's super dope. It's engineering, it's construction, it's building. To me, it's just something that fits me. And personally, that's what I like. You know, I get dirty, my hands get dirty, but at the same time though, you feel like you're doing something important, you know? Without our job, trains can get derailed at any point. You know, like I'm really underground. I get to see dope stuff underground. I get to see the old New York City and how stuff used to look in these old stations and these old tunnels and stuff. So it's cool. I have a good time. And it pays. Amazing. I would be an idiot to try to hide something like that. No, I'm proud of it. It's dope. And I can still do my battle raps. I can still do all the stuff that I have built over the last 20 years as far as musically, battle rap wise, hip hop wise. And it doesn't really interfere with that. I don't take my job home with me. You understand? I do my job, I clock in, I get what I get done, and then boom, I can do my blogs and write for battles and go to the studio and do all the other stuff. And it actually helps me thrive better, like I said. So, you know, this response right here isn't really for the haters, but it's for it's to say thank you to everyone that spoke up about it, because progression is a good thing, especially for the Black and brown community. Growth is a good thing. Maturing and not being involved in the same things that you were involved in your 20s is a good thing. You know, anybody that really had to get it on a block did it because they had to, not because they wanted to. So if you're in your 40s and you're still doing it, that means you never did anything with it to excel to another level, and you're just taking penitentiary chances to the point that you get locked up at my age. It's clip for you. You ain't coming home till you 50, 60 years old. It's over. So I'm not here to flex about it. Yeah, I could rap about certain things because I lived that life, but I can also rap about how much I've changed and rap about how much I've grown. And that billboard is a symbol of that. That's all. I wanted to give y'all an example, like, yo, look, this is dope, and I'm not trying to hide it. And at the same time, I'm a Knicks fan. It happened on the day we won the championship, and all over New York City, people are hitting me. Yo, Cole, I saw this. Yo, I didn't know. Yo, that's dope. Yo, that love will always, always, always outweigh the hate. Anyways, full court press. Cortez versus Hansel just dropped also on the URL app. Make sure you tap into that. I will be at the parade tomorrow. I'm going to recap the parade and recap the battle once I get to it. Tap in with me. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Brooklyn, full court press.